Gossip Girl is a highly influential teen drama novel and television series that gained its popularity in the 2000s. In 2021's, fans of the Gossip Girl universe were excited to learn that a continuation of the series would be available to watch on HBO Max. Today, we will be comparing the new series to the original and talking about how well it's been received. We will also be looking at some possibilities for Season 2 and letting you know when you'll be able to watch it. Stay tuned to find out if any of the original cast members will be joining the team for Season 2. Let's look at the original Gossip Girl. Gossip Girl made her debut in the New York Times best-selling series, written by Cecily von Ziegler. After an overwhelmingly positive reaction to her teen drama series, it was one of the most anticipated television adaptations of the late 2000s. The series ran for 6 seasons from 2007 to 2012. Its success led to many adaptations worldwide. The show received many award nominations and can boast an impressive 18 Teen Choice Awards. It received critical acclaim initially and was a truly well-written and thought-out production. The quality of the writing declined in later series, and the series' grand reveal was highly disappointing. Gossip Girl nonetheless made a huge impact on 2000s culture, and the fashions and style of the show are especially iconic. It was appealing to many, even though for some it was considered more of a guilty pleasure than anything. Not a reboot, but a continuation. Picking up 8 years after the original Gossip Girl series left off, the new Gossip Girl is set in the same universe as the first, with a whole new cast of characters. The project is headed by the original producers and had its premiere in July 2021. There are many similarities to the first and some striking differences as well. The new Gossip Girl takes place in the Upper East Side of Manhattan, just like the first, and it also follows characters who go to the same schools that appear in the original series. Constance Billard and St. Jude's are fictional schools, however, they are based on existing private schools in the Manhattan area. There are mentions of the original Gossip Girl characters, such as the regal Serena van der Woodsen and her frenemy Blair Waldorf. They were Gossip Girl's previous victims and have apparently left a lasting impression on the new generation of private school students. There's even a scene in the reboot where Pippa and Bianca dress up as Blair and Serena at a Halloween party. In retaliation, Julian and Zoya decide to dress up as their main love interests, Chuck Bass and Dan Humphrey. We were expecting a cameo or two, but this was definitely a bizarre nod to the original Gossip Girl cast. How well has the new series been received? When the 2021 series continuation of Gossip Girl premiered on HBO Max this past summer, it broke the record for most watched original series over the first weekend of its launch. A refreshing contrast to the first, this series features non-white leads and LGBTQ characters, which should make it appealing to a wider audience in theory. Despite this, the series has not been as well received as the first. Referred to as an ambitious misfire, it has an overall rating of 36% on Rotten Tomatoes. As a young adult/teen drama, the original featured some adult content, but was appropriate for young teens. In the new series, we see much more adult content than the first. In the continuation, there are some more taboo themes being explored in the nature of today's hyper-socially aware young adults and teens. The characters explore things like polyamory and try to figure out how to react to inappropriate teacher-student relationships. We also hear mention of the very real #MeToo movement, which prompted victims everywhere to speak up about assault. Some of our characters are faced with how to deal with finding out that the people they love may be guilty of horrible crimes, which is something people unfortunately have to deal with every day. In this series, it is apparent how the world has changed since the more lighthearted original. What are the plans for this series? After a characteristically tumultuous first season, the next is expected to be just as intense, if not the most climactic season of the series. At this time, Safran, who is part of the 2000s Gossip Girl production crew, says that he has 3 seasons solidly planned out in his mind. Taking that into consideration, after being introduced to our cast in the first season, season, the second should hold the most exciting plot twists, with the third wrapping everything up nicely. One concern that fans have is that if the show continues past the third season, it may end up like the original series with a haphazardly written ending. I don't do anything without knowing if there's more to it because I didn't want to wrap it up, Safran stated in an interview. It's Gossip Girl, and the hope is you get more Gossip Girl. What's the reason for us doing it again if there's not going to be more, right? I have 3 seasons planned so far. I could tell you right now. We didn't know it was going to happen for 6 seasons the first time, but right now I definitely have 3 in my head. Who is the Gossip Girl? In the first series, Gossip's Girl identity was kept hidden until the very end of the 6th season production. One of the biggest critiques of the original series was how the Gossip Girl reveal seemed to be added without much thought beforehand. Perhaps in an attempt to avoid such a blunder, the production team has made Gossip Girl's identity known to the audience from the very beginning. In a surprising and frankly controversial move, it was decided that they would have teachers of the private schools controlling the Gossip Girl account. This was done to try to manipulate students into falling in line, who often got away with whatever they wanted due to their rich parents. Although it's not necessarily an ethical decision to have full-grown adults spying on and manipulating kids, it wouldn't be an interesting series if the characters were nothing but good examples. It will be interesting to see if the account will end up in the hands of the students or perhaps some other adults in the series. Some speculate that the teachers will have no choice but to frame a student as being the Gossip Girl if things get too messy. Whichever direction the writers decide to take, it will certainly be interesting to see how things play out. What can we look forward to in season 2? We were left with quite a few cliffhangers at the end of the first season of Gossip Girl. There's already been some character development, and a lot has changed between the first and last episodes. One of the most exciting developments of the season was how Audrey, Aki, and Max decided to commit to each other and start a polyamorous relationship. Although the road to get there was messy, we found this to be a super heartwarming touch to the series. Polyamorous relationships don't get much media representation, so many fans are looking forward to seeing the 3 lovebirds get more screen time together. We have seen Julian especially go through a lot of changes as well. Jordan Alexander, who plays Julian, had this to say about her character. I would say that I want for her just to tap more into her authenticity and not edit herself too much. I think that would probably be good for her and everybody else too. Her ultra-trendy friend and stylist, Luna, may be getting a romance arc, much to the delight of Zion Morena, who plays the Mexican-born fashionista. I would just like to see Luna fall in love, she said. I think that would really humanize her too. Will we be getting any cameos this season? Since we have already heard mention of numerous original characters, will we actually be seeing any of them in the new series? So far, the only member of the original cast that is on the team is Kristen Bell, who narrates the series as the disembodied voice of Gossip Girl. According to the production crew, they have not ruled out bringing any of the 2000s actors for a cameo, but would prefer to establish the new cast first. They've also stated that if they decide to reach out and bring in some familiar faces, they will have an integral role to the story, rather than just make a cutesy appearance. It will be exciting to see who may pop up in seasons to come. Leighton Meester, however, said in an interview on Good Morning America that she would not be a part of the sequel, saying that she was not asked to be on it. There is still time for that to change though, as producers were very clear about waiting until they were further along in the story before reaching out to any of the old cast members. It was confirmed that Gossip Girl would be returning for a second season in September 2021. There has not yet been any news of filming, but fans should be getting some sneak peeks sometime in the near future. Judging by how long it took to film the first season, we expect it to be available in the summer of 2022. Thank you for watching the video. We want to know what you think is going to happen in the next season of Gossip Girl. Will we be seeing any cameos? Thanks for watching.